Hello, everyone. This is Tom Nook. It's 5:48 p.m. this happy Monday, June 10th, 2024. Now for today's news. Moreau gained a new neighbor today, Marina. If you happen to see her, please give her a warm welcome. All right, it's time for our final announcement for the day. For all of you DIY-loving island residents out there, I have a very special announcement. DIY veterans can now take part in a special customization workshop I'm hosting. Learning how to customize will help you change up the look of any DIY projects you create. I have no doubt it will broaden your creative expertise. I'll conduct this DIY workshop inside Resident Services. Curious crafters should stop by. That's all for me. Time for you all to get out and enjoy your day. Yes, yes. What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons. In the last episode, we celebrated the brand new opening of Nook's Cranny, our very own shop, as well as set about building up plots for 3 new villagers to move into our island, upping our count from 2 to 5. We're going to be meeting at least one of those villagers today, but perhaps more. Now, I did a few things off screen. I planted some flowers. We also got our pear trees up. That's pretty nice. Grabbed some wood, grabbed some additional things like the daily message bottle that is sitting on the beach. Also finished up a whole bunch of Nook Miles related things. So I have my Nook Miles count up into the 7,000s now, which is pretty darn good. So we got a whole bunch of other things we can do today. Hot items to sell, fruit to plant, and all that sort of stuff. But we also get to see the fruits, literally, of our labor in this right here. Remember how I made this tree earlier where I put 10,000 bells in the ground? Well, now we get our guaranteed pretty much daily 10,000 bells for doing so. And I'm actually going to pull 10,000 more out because I am actually going to be probably planting that in another area later on. But you can see right there, pretty much 20,000 free bells every single day as long as you keep this cycle going every single time you have something that you can dig up. I'm going to also open up this bottle. Let's see what we can get out of this message really quickly. We got ourselves a tulip surprise box. Okay, something we can actually make with tulips that we have. That's pretty cool. I don't really like the flower recipes all that much because I don't use them very often. But hold on a second. Who the heck is this fellow here? Well, you from around here? Hi, the name's Red. I work in sales. And you are? Levi. What a great name. Intelligent, strong. I can already tell that we're going to be pals. No, not pals. Family. Levi, it's a pleasure to meet you, Levi. Hey, would you mind if I ran an idea by you? So Moreau wants art, and I got art to sell. Might be something to this. But I couldn't sell to just anybody. I need someone I could trust completely, as if they were family. And since we're basically cousins, and because I know you've got an eye for quality, I want it to be you. Want to look at a few things? I've got both art and furniture. Plus, you get my cousin's discount. You in? Oh no, seems kind of sketchy. I'm hurt. There's nothing sketchy about this. I can prove it. I've got my boat anchored off the northern shore, and I'm almost done fixing all the leaks. Long story. Come have a look at what I'm selling. You won't regret it. Well, okay then. The northern shore, he says. Also, there is immediately a present for me to shoot down. Let me get that really, really quickly. So what the heck does he mean, the northern shore, exactly? Well, remember there's that little speck of beach that is up on, well, the northern top of the screen. You can actually see right there. There is a little icon at the very top of our northern part of our map. We need to get on over there, but it is kind of going to be a tricky place to traverse to, so we're going to have to make our way on over there slowly but surely. And we will. We will do that in this episode, so we'll go track him down soon enough. Okay, first things first. Let's take a look at our plots. All right. First thing, this spot is reserved for Cranston's new home. Notice how it says sold. So Cranston is one village that we're going to be getting. I believe Cranston is, in fact, a peacock or something of that effect, a male villager nonetheless. We'll talk about villager types and personalities a little bit later. That is a discussion worth having. Also, yo, what's up, Rory? Levi, have a minute? Check it out. Somewhere around Jumpin' Jack 6,288, I get this sense of total clarity and purpose, and I had an idea. Met Marina, right? I haven't yet, but okay. Well, if we get enough hyper athletes like that to move here, we could start our own bocce team. You know, or just have a bunch of cool workout buddies to hang out with. Either way, Capital. So, my idea was to stick decorations around that we can attract some first-round neighboring talent. I pitched this to Agnes, and we both agreed it should be you who throws out the inaugural first decoration. But what is it? Your manhole cover, so your call. Game on. I don't really have roads to put that down on, but okay, I will take the manhole cover. That's very... Thank you. I really appreciate it, Rory. Okay, our bridge is done, so now we can cross this with ease. We don't need the vaulting pole. That's really nice. Next one. This spot is reserved for Apple's new home. Now, I do believe that Apple is a hamster villager, so that's another one we get to add, and I think that that is a female villager. Here's our gold spot, so we can dig up another 1,000 bells and replace it with 10,000 bells. Now, this one's a little close to the cliff, so I think I'm going to actually relocate it slightly, which, yes, is something you can do. So let's do that really quickly. And we don't actually need to bury a spot for it if it's a nursery. We can just replant it like right there and we're good. So there we go. Let's do that. And now we get to see, yes, indeed, Marina has moved into the third plot. Let's go inside and say hello to her. We met her only a couple of episodes ago. And it took some time for her to get here, but she is finally here. So thank goodness for that. She's probably still unpacking. So let's say hello. Look who's here, checking in on me before I've even finished unpacking. As of today, I can start saying that I'm from Moreau too. So, hello, new neighbor. Well, hello, Marina, and we can actually give you the wave too and say greetings. But yes, Marina's got some unpacking to do, so I don't want to bother her too much. We'll let her finish that, and we can see what her house looks like when all is said and done. So that's, like I said, 5 villagers in total spoken for, but I do believe a new resident is going to move in each day. They're not going to all move in at the same time, so I don't know if we'll get Apple or Cranston tomorrow. It all remains to be seen. Okay, we're going to continue making our way up the coast. I know we have that customization workshop we need to get to. We will in due time. Don't you worry. Ooh, hold on. That is a big long shadow right there, so that could either be a ribbon eel or a moray. Let's take a look. I think I missed it. I did. Okay, this is probably a moray because the ribbon eels are a little bit easier to attract. Usually the rarer the fish they are, the more accurate you have to be with your cast. As I listen to that very carefully, just in case. Oh, no, it is still a ribbon eel. Okay, well, I'll take it. Thank you very much. Not that I'm really going to do much with that. I mean, I'll probably just sell it, but hey, we'll still take it. It's still a nice thing to have. Okay, so making our way up here. At least we have access to a lot of the island. So I've been looking at the state of our island in the space. Also, big fish in the pond. This is actually probably garbage, but it's worth checking. Let's see. Oh, no, we actually got a catfish. Okay, at this time of day, that actually makes sense. So that's actually a brand new one that we've got. I also see a new insect just above. And I'm not even kidding. Just looking at that bug, I suddenly got like this itch on my forehead. What is the freaking psychosomatic hell with that? We got a mosquito. That was so weird. Oh my gosh. Like instantly, the second I saw it, I could feel like an itch just form on my forehead. Very, very strange. I hate mosquitoes so much, but at least we caught one. Get that little bugger out of the frickin' way, because if you don't get them, they will actually slowly start to fly towards you, and then they will actually bite you. Not that it leaves a mark or anything on your character, but once they've bitten you, they will fly off, and then you don't have a chance to get them, so make sure you try to catch them before that happens. But yes, okay, so I was looking at the layout of our island, and there's a few things that bother me here. So I do like that we have all of these rivers, but I feel like we just have one too many. I'm debating on getting rid of one of these so that we at least have better paths to cross, but I'm not entirely sure on which one. I'm thinking the one on the far western side. But you're probably going, well, what do you mean? How are you supposed to get rid of that? In due time, ladies and gentlemen, in due time. It's just something to think about at the moment just because, well, it's, it's kind of hard to get around this place. I mean, I don't want to be building a million bridges as I make my way around, so I think it would be for the best if I can possibly decide on how I want to change the layout here. But there is our northern shore. I noticed that I have been bypassing a lot of fossil spots. Don't you worry, I'll get those in due time. Let's just make our way all the way down here to the beach. And why don't we head on inside? Ah, Levi, I'm so glad you made it. So here's the pitch. Ready? At Jolly Red's Treasure Trawler, we sell only the finest. And there's nothing finer than fine art and rare furniture, am I right? Of course, I can't let all these fine things just walk out of the door. I gotta limit you to 1 piece of art per day. It's a hassle, I know, but I hope the Cousins discount will make up for it. Plus, I'll let you buy all the furniture you want, no questions asked. So take a look around. We got masterpieces by the great masters, plus stuff for your master bedroom. Let me know if you have any questions. So as for his furniture, I think I'm actually going to be gobbling these up almost immediately because he doesn't have like the rarest furniture in the world, but it is still stuff worth grabbing because Nook's Cranny can only hold so much at a time, so that is a nice thing to have. Now, that's just a tape deck. I'm not going to bother with that one personally. I'm going to start focusing on the art really quickly. Okay, let's talk about how the art works in this game really fast. So, the thing about Red's art is that more often than not, but not all of the time, you will be running into fakes, and you have to be the one to decipher whether or not this art is real. Now, trying to do so from sheer memory is actually incredibly difficult because some of them are really subtle, some of them are a lot more obvious. There are also some specific art pieces that aren't necessarily ever fakes at all, but we have to be very good at discerning which is which. So let's go over each and every single one of these and talk about this really fast. I do believe this one right here is immediately a fake. An awful lot of folks have been asking me about buying that quaint painting there, but maybe the price scared them off. So every single art piece is 4,980 bells. The cost is not the issue. I want a closer look. So this is where you get to discern whether or not something is a fake. Now, I know for a fact with this one, it's all about what she is pouring out of the jug. There are two different possibilities, and this one is actually the real one. Sorry. The fake one has a much steadier stream of milk that she's pouring out of the jug, while this real one is just a small little trickle. So I'm going to say no to that one for now because I want to look at each and every single one of these paintings. But we're going to go over all of them and then decide which one to buy. Now, I'm actually most intrigued by these two big ones in the back because the bigger paintings tend to be the more rare ones. The small ones tend to crop up actually quite a lot, so I like to leave those be if I don't already have them, whatever, but if there's bigger ones that I don't have, I tend to try to focus on those. Okay, so this right here is a solemn painting. Let's take a look at this one really quickly. I want a closer look. And in case it wasn't immediately obvious, I am actually using a guide to go over each of these ones. So this one does have a fake option. Okay, so this one is actually extremely hard to tell, but this one is actually the real one. And there's only one little difference, and it's very subtle. But see that man in the doorway in the background of the painting? His arm is correctly positioned here, but in the fake painting, his arm will be raised much closer to his head, so there'll be much less of a gap between his arm and his head with the V space in the elbow. So this is another option that we have here. I'm going to say no to that one for the time being. We're going to then move on to the next one, and all of these are based off of obviously real pieces of art, so that is something to keep in mind. The solemn painting in and of itself is Las Meninas by Diego Velázquez. And the quaint painting is The Milkmaid by Johannes Vermeer. Okay, this right here is, I do believe, what is just known as one of the terracotta statues. Is that correct? Yes, it's just the terracotta warrior. Okay, so the warrior statue here. These ones are relatively simple to look at. And I actually, oh my gosh, this is another real one right here. I wonder if the first time he comes by, they're all real. This one's a very easy one to tell apart from the fake and the real one. The fake one is just going to have a weapon standing between his toes, like held up by his arms. So he'll basically be resting his hands on the hilt of the weapon. He shouldn't have a weapon at all. Like, it should just be like this, where he has just got his arms clasped together, nothing more. All right, and then we got the Worthy painting, one of the most famous paintings in the entire world, known as Liberty Leading the People by Eugene Delacroix. This one is always genuine. This is one of the few paintings that you will get that will never be a fake, so if you ever see it, you are just good to go, assuming you don't already have it. Now, that's the other problem with Red's art. It's not like he doesn't sell you stuff you don't already have, and the fact that you can only buy one art piece per day, the fact that he only ever shows up one time per week max, and the fact that sometimes he will just straight up bring duplicate art pieces that you already have in the museum makes this incredibly obnoxious. And this is why art is by far the toughest exhibit to complete. Now, given that this is probably the most notable painting, and it is a very easy one, it's a very easy one to tell apart, and we know for a fact it's genuine. I'm going to pass on this one, and I'm actually going to go with the solemn painting over here on the left. These are the two that I feel like are going to be popping up the least often. I see the quaint painting all the time, and there is actually a way to get statues pretty regularly because there are less possible statues in the rotation than there are art pieces, so you're more likely going to see this guy pop up again. So I'm going to go with the solemn painting. So let's say yes to this one. Every single one here is genuine today, so we got really lucky, and or the first time around he always has real art. But this is going to change in future visits. So there we go. That's going to be shipped to us. We are not going to be able to take it home with us. I wish we could get all four of them, but alas, it doesn't work that way. You won't regret it. All right, Red, I suppose I will not. I don't know if I believe you on that, but whatever. And there we go. All right, we got our first art purchase, and now we can get the heck on out of here. All right, what do you say we go and take a look at that workshop that Tom Nook was hosting? This is pretty much going to be the last thing we do today. I mean, assuming he doesn't have more for us to do, we'll have to see what he has in store, because, I mean, I can't imagine that we're suddenly out of things to continue working on, right? There's got to be more. I mean, of course, I am still working on trying to pay off my loan, and I've been getting money slowly but steadily. We are, of course, watching the stock market, which is exactly why I actually need to go and hit Nook's Cranny up. Now, I didn't check the price this morning, but that's because the morning price is guaranteed. Monday morning price is guaranteed to never be the highest possible price unless you are on a decreasing pattern, which you already know is not happening. So, let's talk to him. And I did not mean to look at the board game. My bad. I will pass on that. Thank you. I think I might take the lamp, though, as well as the outdoor lantern, if possible. Okay, so turnip prices today. Current price is 87 bells per turnip. So we know for a fact we are not going to be getting the highest price at this time or even in the morning tomorrow. So that's good. We can at least check in the afternoon later. Now, I want to say right now there is an amazing resource that I always use to check my turnip prices known as Turnip Profit. There is an app. I think there's an app for it, but it is also just a website. You go in, and it's very good at calculating your exact odds and when you can most likely expect when you can most likely expect something to spike. That said, it gives you all possibilities. So it's not going to just be like on the first day, okay, this is the pattern you're getting. That's not how that works, because there is literally no way for the Turnip Profit to detect that, because there's not an algorithmic sequence to put in. There's not some hidden sequential hexadecimal number that you're going to put in there and then the Turnip Profit instantly figures it out. No, it can only suggest what you might have based on the patterns of your the cost of the turnips, as well as the cost, the sell price that the Nooks are giving you every single day. So we go off of that. That's going to eliminate a lot of potentialities, but it is not going to tell me exactly what day I'm going to be getting my spike, so I'll have to wait a little bit further. Let's also check in here really quickly. Maybe we can get ourselves some new wallpaper and carpentry. Looks like we have a red balloon today and a two-tone umbrella. I also want to check the flowers really quickly. Is there... We have the red rose bag. Okay, I actually am going to buy 5 of those because I wasn't able to get those yesterday. I only had white and yellow roses, so I'll pick those up. Ladder setup kit. Okay, this right here, I'm actually going to get this. So this is really nice because this allows me to install permanent ladders that are set up against the cliffs, so I don't have to be pulling out my ladder every single time. Okay, we also got black perforated board wall, botanical tile, white painted wood wall. I actually like that one. Brown iron parquet flooring, patchwork. Ooh, we got a few good ones here in the purple Moroccan flooring. I think I'll end up buying a couple of these possibly, but I'm definitely going to loop back before I make a concrete decision. Let's head on over to resident services. I think I'll buy most of these things that I want off screen. Should only be close to 6,000 to 8,000 bells that I'm going to spend in there. But yeah, I'll do that all off screen. Let's actually take a look at their hot item as well today. It is the rocking chair. Okay, that's not too bad of a one to make, and it is part of my Nook Miles Plus stuff today, so I probably should do that. Yeah, that'll get me 400 Nook Miles. I'll also get some extra for selling stuff, which would also be a good thing. Now, for getting our first piece of art, we also get some free Nook Miles for that. That's nice. We're also about to go get 250 from the ABD here in Resident Services, so let's head on inside. What's up, Tom? We're just walking right up to you. Don't have a choice. Ah, Levi, hello, hello. As you might have heard on today's broadcast, I'm now offering a new workshop on customization. I think I'll find DIY even more fun when you master the skill. I do hope you take me up on this opportunity. I would actually love to. Let's do it. About that workshop. Ready to dip your toes into the delightful waters of customization, Levi? I'd love to. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's get started. Okay, this is actually something incredibly important. I believe a brief explanation about customization is in order. Honestly, it's incredibly simple. First, you'll need the item you want to customize along with the required number of customization kits. Then you'll customize your item at a workbench. The design of the color will change in the blink of an eye. I do believe you'll find this easier to understand once you try it yourself, so let's get started. Your goal for this session is to make a wooden wardrobe and then do some customizing. The wardrobe you'll make, as well as closets, chests, and other items that store clothing, are quite useful. You can use them to easily change into any clothes you have stored in your home storage. You could use your custom-colored wooden wardrobe to put on your own fashion show. That freedom of expression is just the sort of thing we enjoy here on Moreau. Oops, you're going to need the DIY recipe for it. First, let me just send that over now. Well, okay. Thank you, Tom. There, all set. So, come see me after you get a wooden wardrobe. All right, we will definitely work on that. Let me quickly check the Nook stop here. Get 250 more bonus miles. Let's take a look. All right, I'm going to go into Nook shopping. Look at my special goods. We got a floor light and a garden faucet, which I already have. We got a couple of shirts, but not really anything super worth going after, as well as KK Dirge. I think I'm actually going to buy these rubber toe sneakers, and I would also like the leaf print wetsuit. I'm a big fan of the way that one looks. As far as the rest of these are concerned, let's start buying a couple of these things. Let's get all of the ones that are disappearing on the 15th. So the cape and the crown, we will leave the ones that are available through the remainder of the month for later. So there is that. All right, let's go make ourselves this wooden wardrobe and see what we can do. Now, as far as actually changing clothes like Tom suggests, I don't have a lot of clothing options to work with at the moment because I just haven't really been able to get my hands on any up to this point. So I'm not going to be showing off much with that for right now. But here we go. Okay, we need 12 wood to get the wooden wardrobe, which I believe I'm actually going to have to go and get from scratch. And you know what? I just realized I do not have... Oh, gosh, yeah, I don't even have a stone axe because both of mine broke. I'm going to have to go get one, so hang tight. Oh, come on. Really? Oh, that frickin' sucks. No. Okay, well, that's fine. I suppose I can go in here anyway because, I think I have enough wood now. I'll just leave that hardwood be. Gosh dang it. Right on, like, the last one, and then, of course, that one had to have the wasp in it. All right, well, I have enough. I've got 17 here. I made a few stone axes, and actually, I could probably free myself up some space here by learning a couple of things. I think those require regular wood as well, so it'd be worth checking out. But first, let's craft ourselves this wooden wardrobe. Okay, so, how much are these? Yep, I actually have to make additional ladders and then use more wood, so it's actually quite a bit of wood to do that. So, I mean, I'll probably be installing a few of those around the island, but I think for right now, I won't worry about those too much. Okay, so the thing we need to make right now is, where are you at? Did I just go right past it? I think I did. What the heck? Oh, yeah, literally right there, wooden wardrobe. Thank you. Okay. Gosh, I really need to just, like, take the time and chop every single tree on the island at some point so I can get a whole lot more. Okay, that should do it. Let's talk. Levi, hello. What would you like to talk to me about? I'm all ears. About that workshop. Okay. You got a wooden wardrobe. I think that means it's time for you to customize it. I'll give you the customization kits you'll need in a moment. For now, please step up to the workbench. Looks like you're ready now. I think that means it's time for you to customize it. First, Levi, I'll give you some customization kits. Okay, thank you. So how many did you just give me? Hopefully it was a bunch. Next, pull out your wooden wardrobe and try customizing it. Okay, so here we go. So he gave us 50. Okay, perfect. So as you can see here with your customization kits, you can actually change your colors of the wood on the wooden wardrobe. Now, this isn't the only thing that you do. You don't just change colors. You can also change textures. You can change patterns. You can put custom patterns and preset patterns on various things. It's all item dependent. Almost everything that can be crafted in the DIY workshop can be customized. Not everything, and we're also a bit limited on what we can do with the customization kits alone, but don't you worry, there is a way to get even further customization a little bit later down the road. I always like the dark wood the most, just for my purposes, so I'm going to go with that one. Let's give this the little customization. You'll see we just kind of paint it at super speed, and there we go, we customized a wooden wardrobe. Yes, masterfully done. As you've just seen, customizing items is quite easy when you have customization kits and a workbench. You can take the extras from today as my gift to you. Use them in your future customization projects. As a graduate of my workshop, you'll now be able to buy any kits you need from the shop. Now, for the most part, you can customize furniture or other items you made as DIY projects. However, some of the mass market furniture items sold in the shop can also withstand some customization. For example, you might be able to change an item's fabric or add a custom design to it. Figuring out what you can customize and how you can customize it can be a lot of fun. And this concludes my workshop on customization. Well, thank you very much, Tom. Now take a break. I do believe you've earned it. You know what, Tom? I think I agree with you. Let's head on outside. So, the reason I'm actually really excited to get access to customization isn't even being able to change my own furniture, although that is a nice feature to have. No. Here's my favorite thing about customization. Okay? Let's head on over to the workbench. Should I craft something? Let's customize. How about that? Okay, so we can customize our wooden wardrobe. We can also customize the manhole cover. I'm going to customize my net. So you notice that we can change it to different colors, and you're probably going, well, that's not really all that helpful. What does this actually do? Well, see how many customization kits this costs us? It costs 1. You want to know what this also does for me? It resets the number of uses I now get to my net back to 0. So basically, it's as if I have completely crafted a brand new net. This is really nice because this saves me from having to make more flimsy nets as well as using iron nuggets to upgrade them to this second level. You can only do it with items that are at this level as far as your tools are concerned. I can customize every single one of my breakable tools except for my stone axes. Those are the only things that I am just kind of screwed with, and I have to just keep making them over and over again. I can do this with my shovel. I can do this with my fishing rod. I can even do this with my slingshot. And in fact, I did not mean to go into the craft menu. The shovel is probably the thing that I need to do this with the most because I think it is in the most dire shape with how often that I've used it. So whenever you're in doubt or you think you've used something a lot, just go into here, use some customization kits instead of having to make yourself a brand new one, and there you go. Now, the only downside to this is that customization kits can be a little pricey, but sooner or later, money is no longer going to be an object, so I would not worry about that too much. That is my favorite part of customization. Don't get me wrong, I like being able to customize my own furniture, but the fact that I can reset my tools is also an incredibly nice feature. Okay. Actually, I do want to catch this fish right here really quickly because I do believe that is probably going to be a red snapper. And I instantly fat-fingered it. Gosh dang it, I'm so bad at fishing, man. I used to be so amazing at fishing back on the GameCube too, and just, I don't know if it was just me growing older and then my anxiety spiking or something along those lines, but my thumb has just gotten so twitchy when it comes to hitting those things that I just suck at it now. I really, really do. So it'll be a little bit dire. I really have to just be patient, quiet, and just listen for the sounds because that is really the only way I'm able ever to do this consistently. Don't you look away from me. Hey, come here, you. I don't know if I can reach you from here because you're on the frickin' far side. There we go. And it sucks, too, because we really do need to make consecutive catches to get more Nook miles out of one of our achievements. And if I blow it, that keeps me out of the running, given that I need to get 100 total consecutive catches to get the maximum amount. Okay, enough beating around the bush. Let's talk to this character that's been walking around next to me that I've been completely ignoring, not unintentionally whatsoever. Hey, yeah, hey, you live on this island. Thought so. I'm from, the next island over. My name's Harvey. Glad to meet you, friend. You can call me Harv if you want. Wonder why no one ever does that. Is the they part just fun to say? Sorry, got a bit sidetracked there. I came here for a reason. Give me a minute and I'll remember why. Got it. I keep hearing about the island and how much folks dig the scene here, so I thought I'd check it out. I'm going to start this far-out artist collective, and I'm looking for ideas. So what's the deal? I'd heard that this place was deserted, literally a deserted island. You the honcho that put this place at the head of the class? Wait, this little noodle just had a casserole of an idea. You should visit my island. Just hit the airport and tell him you want to go to Harv's Island. That's the name of my pad. Groovy, right? Anyway, nice John with you. I'm going to stroll around and see what makes Moreau tick. Well, I will definitely have to do that in the future, Harv, because I am actually quite interested in what your island has to offer. Now, you will not run into Harv unless you have talked to Red for reasons. You have to have at least met Red first and checked out his treasure trawler, otherwise it will not open for you. This was something that was added later on in the game. This did not used to always be the case, but it did become the case at a later point, because originally Harv's Island had a very simple purpose to it, but it became a little bit more complicated in a future update. So, there's not really a whole lot else for me to do today. I mean, there are things for me to do today, but a lot of it's going to be off-screen stuff that I'm going to be taking care of on my own some. So, this is something I've been talking about the last couple of episodes that I really wanted to get to showing how things tick once we hit nighttime. And I know it's the evening, but it ain't night. Not night. So you tell you what, I will see you guys all here in, let's say about 5 hours or so. And we're going to explore the nightlife at its fullest. So hang with me just for a moment. Just give me some time, and we'll spend the rest of this episode in the deep, dark nighttime of Moreau. See you all there in just a moment. Oh man. Okay, yep, it's late now. Welcome everybody. What the heck? It's nighttime. What's going on? Well, Not a lot, actually. Not a lot, except for that everything's closed. Well, resident services in the museum are open, but Nook's Cranny is closed, and everybody's off in their homes, going to bed. Seems kind of uneventful, right? Well, the nighttime is actually a good time to take advantage of many various things. We've already talked about insects and whatnot and some of the various things you can get from them, especially once our palm trees are in full bloom, although that is going to take a few more days yet. Fish that can be caught at nighttime are also a bit different here and there. There are many that can be caught during all hours of the day, like sea basses and black basses and things of that nature, but there are a few new ones that are actually available to us at this time. There are some other things to keep an eye out for once nighttime hits, some anomalies that you might be running into as you move around the island. Just make sure that you keep a close eye out because you might run into something a bit special, but nighttime seems to be a little bit limiting, right? Well, don't you worry because there's actually so many things you can do. Now, remember how we talked about that drop box that is over by Nook's Cranny? One, you can use that to your advantage by catching all manner of things and selling them in said drop box. You can, pretty much just go to work and go ham on all the many different things that are out here. You are still free to go to Nook's Miles Islands as long as you have the tickets to do so, which you can purchase freely at this hour. There's not really anything else that you need to do. There's also different deep sea creatures that you can go after at this time of night just by swimming around and whatnot and digging all those guys up. It doesn't seem like there's much that you can do, but it is something worth taking advantage of every once in a while because if you're not exploring at nighttime, you are not taking advantage of the full range of options here in Animal Crossing. There are also certain characters that will only pop out at night that we will not be meeting today because many of them do not appear until after we've made it past the tutorial phase. Now, you want to know how I know we're still in the tutorial phase? Well, for one, there's a milestone that we haven't yet hit that's actually pretty important to the opening portions of this game, and we'll get to it here in a few episodes yet. But the big thing is the music, actually. Have you been listening to the music so far in this game? It's actually been relatively the same tune every single day, regardless of what hour I'm playing at. Oh, so that's a new thing I want to catch. Thank you very much. It's always the same. Music is supposed to change hour by hour throughout this game, but what we're getting is essentially the default track because, again, we are still sort of in the preliminary phase. We are learning things. We are sort of getting our island up to speed, but it is nowhere near completion. We still got episodes to go yet because this is a long beginning, essentially. We've got so many things to unlock, so many things to learn. The bug catching, the fish catching, the art gathering, the museum completion, all those various things, those are all supplemental, and they're not necessary for making it through the game further and further, but they do help. They are still things that you're going to want to do, but we're just going to need to continue following Tom Nook's instructions all along the way. But it is important to address what we can deal with here at nighttime because, well, the stars in the sky, down to what's in the trees, down to what's on the ground, out in the water, all of this is stuff that you're going to experience differently depending on the time of day. So while we're not going to get a whole lot today, or I guess tonight, in future, there will be a lot more that we're going to do. I will probably spend even future episodes entirely at night. Not as often, as our prospects are still obviously more limited at this hour, but it is still going to be worth exploring every once in a while to get ourselves, well, you'll see, all sorts of goodies and various other things that, that definitely broaden the scope of this game even further. So, guys, that's really all I wanted to add here at nighttime. Not much, just wanted to go over it, give you guys a bit of a lay of the land. This is just sort of a preview, but in future, night is going to be incredibly important to our adventure, and we're going to be exploring all sorts of things, gathering all sorts of fish, and I'm actually going to be using this opportunity to then do my off-screen work so that I can catch all manner of bugs and fish, and even go diving for some deep-sea creatures out there that I can only catch at this time, and I'll be able to show some of those to you in the next episode. I also am going to spend time between episodes plucking the rest of these weeds. It's time to do it. I'm going to get it done. Every single weed on this island will be pulled before the next episode tomorrow. Guys, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizons very, very much. And I will see you all in the next one.